This episode is brought to you by Dead Man's Wire, the new film from Roquet Entertainment. Dead Man's Wire is the incredible true story of the 1977 kidnapping that turned an aspiring entrepreneur into an outlaw folk hero. Directed by legendary filmmaker Gus Van Sant, Dead Man's Wire stars Bill Skarsgård, Dacre Montgomery, Carrie Elways, and Myha'la, with Coleman Domingo and Al Pacino. Now playing in select theaters everywhere January 16th.
I am your host, Stassi Schroeder. Welcome to Tell Me Lies, the official podcast. What's the most unhinged thing of season 3?
Steven, because he's so evil.
I do think he is misunderstood.
You see everyone face consequences.
It's intoxicating. The writers just know how to trick you. There's always a twist in this show.
It's nothing you would expect.
Tell Me Lies, the official podcast, January 6th, and stream the new season of Tell Me Lies, January 13th on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, felt like that it was needed to talk on haters in 2026. Like, people are still hating in 2026. And it's like, dang, bro, I can't escape it. You know, people just want me to deal with hate nonstop throughout my career. I think it's going to be one of those things where, for as long as I'm a form of an entertainer, whether it's a content creator, an actor, making music, what are some other stuff, you know, I know that is something that I would like to do at some point in time, is get into video game development. I know that that's a form of the entertainment business, but no, it just seems like it doesn't matter where I put myself, whether it's on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. I'm always going to deal with some form of hate. And I'm like, bro, it confuses me, because I'm like, a lot of the times the people that be hating on me, they're an adult. Like, they should be working a 9 to 5. They should be starting a family. They should be focused on their career goals and paths. If your goal in life is to just sit around and hate on me, that would be my question to people, though, is what do you overall know about me to where it deserves this 24/7 hate? You know, like that's one of the things that's always confused me about haters, is that I don't know these people. I've never met these people. I don't know nothing about them. They don't know nothing about me. We're just random people on the internet. Out of the millions, and I'm not saying that you need to hate on other people, but I'm just saying, you scroll past, you, like, if you guys are wrestling fans, you know how that new meme of Ricky Saints. Some of you guys, if you're AEW watchers, yeah, he used to go by the name Ricky Starks. There's this meme, because he's a part of NXT now. I feel like some people might. I feel like if you know of Ricky Saints, then, or not Saints, but Starks, you definitely know of Ricky Saints. Like, yeah, because it didn't seem like it was that long when he was with AEW, and then, yeah, then he, but now he's working for WWE. He's on the NXT brand. And, no, I think that's a good move for him. I think eventually, you know, work up, probably find himself on SmackDown, maybe, Raw, maybe, I don't know. But overall, there's this meme where he's walking past, like, all this chaos going on in the ring. Like, wrestlers is fighting wrestlers. Probably you look hard enough, there might be a referee fighting with, you know, with the wrestlers, or another referee. But it was chaos. I don't think I ain't seen, honestly, I'm lying to y'all. There wasn't no ref. I don't even think there was no referees. It was just wrestlers just fighting wrestlers. It was chaos, all right? But he's walking past all this chaos, and then I can't remember who it was, but he was looking somebody in the face. It might have been, was it Obafemi? I don't think it was Obafemi. I don't know who he was looking in the face, but he was looking somebody in the face, and he was just all like, oh yeah, I'll see you this weekend at whatever pay-per-view that was going on and stuff. I feel like that's a hater when they come across my channel. There's all this stuff that you could be looking at, talking about, paying attention to. You somehow, some way see my content, and then you just want to sit around and hate on it. Whether it's talking about the content, talking about me, you know, and there's been people, I ain't had people where they done talked about my appearance. What else? I didn't have it where then, of course, you know, racism. I think that's one thing that I feel that's always going to be a thing. If you're a person of color on the internet, you're always going to deal with racism. Like, and that's the sad reality of being a person of color on the internet, is that there is just going to be nonstop racism, and for no reason, like unprovoked. And what's crazy is, so the latest racist comment, I didn't even say nothing to this guy. The video that he was commenting under, because it was a voiceover video that I did. He didn't have nothing to do with the original video. He didn't have nothing to do with my voiceover video. He wasn't being mentioned. He wasn't being talked to. None of that stuff. It's one of those things where he just came up out the woodworks and he just wanted to be racist for no reason. But it backfired, because that's what people need to understand and realize, is that I am an entertainer. Okay, I in a sense, I'll put myself in that category as a comedian, because I don't be doing like no serious content and stuff. Yeah, I'll do serious content from time to time, but I want to have entertainment content, and I feel like that more so goes in that direction of comedy. So in a sense, I would say that yes, I am somewhat of a comedian. I'm instead of a class clown, I'm a content creating clown. It's one of those things where I'm not going to, if you think that I'm going to get mad, shed tears, crash out, rage, lose my mind because you said something racist, no. I'm going to say, the thing is this, what my goal is that I want to say something that doesn't, it's pretty much not like a fight fire with fire situation, but I want to say something 10 times worse, if not 100 times worse. I just want it to the number to keep getting higher and higher until I guess it gets to a point where even I'm thinking, dang, maybe I went too far. But that's the thing though. This was unprovoked. I didn't say anything to this guy. I didn't know who this guy was up until he commented underneath my video. But so anyways, the video, it was more so of a meme for black people. That's one thing I feel that needs to be explained about the internet, is that black people, we have kind of like our safe circle where we'll share memes, wholesome memes, dark memes, funny memes. It don't matter what kind of memes they are. We'll share memes about ourselves. And that was the latest, was when food is so good, it'll make you rub your legs. And I'm like, dang, I done did this sometimes, Yeah, and then they were like, you eat food or drink a drink that's so good, you guys start looking at the nutritious facts on the back of it and things. I'm like, I've done that, So, but I seen that meme, and it gave me a little giggle. It gave me a little chuckle. I found it funny. So I did a voiceover video to it, just kind of like poking fun at the video, saying, I'm like, hey, I don't like being called out. I don't like people making this form of content on me and stuff, carrying on the meme. But I was joking. I cracking jokes. All right. This guy, again, unprovoked, left a comment underneath the video talking about he needs to, hold on for a second. Let me find the comment again, because I did do a video response to it. But he goes on to say, let's see. So he was like, those legs need to be fed so they can run fast from the cops. And I'm thinking to myself, whoever that person was in the video, they didn't even show the person's face. All right, so we don't know who this person is. It could be some elderly person where it's like, they ain't never had a run-in with the cops. But most likely that could be the case with a elderly person, a middle-aged person, a young person, black. Don't matter. Why did you assume that they're running from the cops? It's that type of stuff where it's like people have like this weird, concept with black people where it's like we're always getting in trouble. Fam, here's the thing. Throughout my life, all right, I guess like the majority of my police interactions has always been in video games. And I'm like, fam, I done played this white people, black people. I'm trying to think of something. Is there anything? Well, I guess, yeah, because Grand Theft Auto, they did have that Chinatown Wars. So I guess, yeah, an Asian person. I'm trying to think. Have I played anybody else in a game? I can't remember. But anyways, the majority, if not every police well, no, because I mean that. So the times where I've had police interactions where I've been out and about, whether it was when I worked in Seattle or if I'm out shopping around or if I'm at a grocery store, it's always been I nod my head at whatever police officer I make eye contact with. They most likely nod their head back, because that'd just be kind of weird. Somebody nods their head at you and you don't nod back. So, but that's it. That's always been my interactions with the police. So where does this come from where I guess like, oh, it's I'm running from the cops? What reason do I have to be running from the cops unless I'm doing something to get myself in trouble? But why is it only exclusive to black people? And so no, that's why I said, I'm like, between me and you most likely have a pending meth possession charge. I know I don't, because I don't do drugs. But you, on the other hand, yeah, you have that body frame of like, you look like you do drugs. Like you done woke up from a 10-year coma or something. You have no structure, all right? So it's like, yeah, I guess my thing is this. I feel like that, yeah, even though it's a racist comment, still, you're kind of giving me a compliment by saying that I'm more athletic than you. Because if it came down between you running from the cops, yeah, you seem like the type where it'd be like, what, 1 or 2 feet, you done had an asthma attack. From what, bruh? You didn't even, you took off running. You didn't even go into the full concept of running. But anyways, but no, yeah, I did respond to the guy, and I did say the meth joke. I was like, I didn't get a chance, because yeah, Instagram, they only really give you I think it's like 60, say they might give you, minutes and stuff, but overall though, yeah, they gave me, 60 seconds, but I said what I needed to say in those 60 seconds. Now I know that there'll be people out there, where they'll try to defend that and be all like, he was just playing around. He was just joking. That's not a joke. That's not playing around. Because if that's the case, then I'm like, then yeah, go out in public. And that's the thing. I'm not trying to hear no stuff where it's all like, oh, I say stuff like that to my friends all the time. Then you're being racist to your friends. There's no defense for racism at all whatsoever. So like people, that's one of those things where I'm like, I guess before it even happens, because I feel like people would hear this and they'll try to defend it, and they'll be all like, you took things too far. What if he did have a drug problem and you're bringing it up? Do you think I care? That's one thing that people need to understand about me, and it's been like this for a long period of time. If I say something, I mean it. I'm not going, I'm like, take backseas because I realize I've offended, but it's okay for him to offend me. Oh, because it's a joke, because y'all say that it's a joke. That's the thing that people need to stop doing, is thinking that, because you say something, that's your thought process, I have to believe whatever your thought process is. Like, I don't have a brain for my own. I'm like, it's one of those things where I'm like, sorry, I guess I'm just on some scarecrow stuff where I was just born without a brain, like I'm just walking freely, following the yellow brick road and stuff. It's like, no, bruh, I'm good. My thing is this. Just like how you're trying to, I guess if somebody were to try to convince me that he wasn't being racist, that's what I'm going to do, but in the opposite. It is racism, all right? I'm not hearing nobody. That's the thing. You could have a whole planned out Kevin McAllister rolling out a big old giant piece of paper argument to try to explain how that's not racist. At the end of the day, when I go to sleep, when I lay my head on the cool side of the pillow, I'm still going to think that that's racist. There's no changing my mind. There's no convincing me of, it's not racism. It is, because I guarantee and I promise you, put him in Compton, put him in Harlem, put him in Atlanta, go down to Florida in Broward County, because I think I don't really know too many areas out there in Florida where it's like, there's a lot of black people, but whatever areas that they do have out there where there's a lot of black people, go out there and have that same energy and see how that turns out. And I guarantee and I promise you, it's not going to be this, I could just say it and go on about my business interaction that you be having on the internet. No, you're going to deal with some real world problems, whether you find yourself waking up from a dirt nap, all right, or your family planning your funeral because you done messed with the wrong somebody. But yeah, it's like, find them, like, or even, no, my thing is this. Go to a prison, okay? Find somehow, some way, find yourself, go into a prison, all right? Go up to a black person in there that's serving multiple life sentences. They ain't got nothing to lose. And try to explain to them what's racist and what's not racist. I guarantee and I promise you, you're going to find yourself getting shanked. All right. If not, it's going to probably be on some like Full Metal Jacket stuff where all the black people in the prison hold you down to a bed, get some socks with some soaps in it, and they just start beating your insides. Like it's one of those things where people, they need to understand that racism is racism. Hate is hate. You can't try to convince somebody what's hateful and what's not hateful. Because you have a say so in what's hateful and not hateful. Fam, everybody is growing up in a different part of the world. That's what people need to understand, is that you can't explain what's hateful and not hateful. Whatever a person takes in is hate, racism, disrespect. That's how that person's going to take that, because that's what they're used. I guess they're used to other things, but when they hear stuff like that, they're used to it being said in a disrespectful way. So yeah, that's why I'm like, that's why that guy got the response there. Cause no, that's one of those things where I'm like, I am going to be a little bit more responsive towards hate. And I'm most likely going to say some things where my haters is going to try to cancel me. But that's the thing though. It's my haters. Don't nobody care what a hater has to say. All right. I guess besides the person that they're saying it to, but in a sense where it's like, I only care because I know that I can get some form of content out of it, because I know I can make some sort of money out of it. And this guy, yes, I made some money out of it. You know, whether it was through a brand sponsor or the monetizations either on Instagram or YouTube. So I'm like, that's how I look at it. I'm only making money off of this guy. So I'm like, please, it's one of those things where I'm like, my haters, I encourage you, because no, it's like I said, I am going to be a little bit more responsive and stuff, you know, but I think everybody knows of the situation I was talking on last year in 2025, that there is a particular group that I won't be referring or talking about or to anymore and stuff. They're blocked. Now I'm like, I said everything that I need to say about that group last year. Y'all is no. I'm like, you go on about your business. But no, but there is one person that I do remember getting into it with, where it was funny to me, because it was like he was trying to convince me that being hateful and overall being racist, that's okay, because we're both black, and I guess in his words, black people can't be racist. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, look, I don't know where that overall came from, because I have heard that a couple of times and I don't know where it came from, but it's one of those things where I'm like, if you look somebody, despite whatever your skin color is, right? If you look at somebody the opposite of your race and you do something, whether it's physically attacking them, verbally attacking them, whatever the case is, but it's all fueled by the color of their skin, fam, it's racism. Like, there ain't no arguments with that. Racism is racism. Like, you can't argue and say, oh, it's because I'm black. That's no, bruh. And the funny thing is like, and they're trying to go based off of something that happened 200 years ago or 300 years ago, talking on like slavery and stuff. And it's like, fam, you can't relate. Yeah, your ancestors can relate to that. But you, in this day and age, and well, at that time, it was like 2015, but I'm like, you're a grown man. You don't have no problems. Yeah, you might have some people that's going to say something racist and do something racist to you and things, but I'm like, you are living on your own. You got a 9 to 5. You got a good life for yourself. All right. You're young. Like I'm saying, what I'm trying to figure out is that if you had a good thing going with content creating, where did it go wrong? Because what, some 12-year-old white kids called you the N-word on Call of Duty? Fam, do you know how many times throughout my time being a content creator? And then, yeah, I guess this guy from on Instagram, the first way I had to say, every year since I became a full-time content creator, I have dealt with racist comments, whether it's people talking on the content that I'm doing, or yeah, they just come to my channel just to leave a comment talking about it's mainly been filled by my content reaction videos and stuff like that. But yeah, there's at times where they'll just come to my channel, like this last guy, for an example, just go to one of my channels or my social media accounts, and then they just leave something racist, and it's like, where did that come from? Like, what's the issue? What's the problem? But no, yeah, but I just remember with that YouTuber, his name is, I'm pretty sure some of you guys probably know who I'm talking about. It's this YouTuber named Minnesota Boy, not Burns. I know that there was this one Call of Duty YouTuber that his name was Minnesota Burns. I wasn't beefing with him. There's another YouTuber named Minnesota Boy where I was going back and forth with him for a little bit. And I mean, it was one of those things where I'm like, I know that the ending of this situation is that I'm going to come out on top, because it's you're trying to have an argument with me, but it's fueled by racism. And then when I didn't agree with him, because that was the whole thing, so I reacted to his video, because he does this video where he's calling out all white people. He sees the video. He gets mad at me because I didn't want to be buddy with him. And I'm like, fam, there's people that I know that are not the same color as me, where I'm more closer to them than I would say you. And yeah, we probably look deep down in the family tree. We might share a relative. We might be some ancestors that was in the same tribe. But for the most part, I don't know you. All right. I would consider the childhood friend of mine's that, yeah, cause, well, he ain't fully white, he's half white, but I would consider him more of a brother than I would consider you a brother. So it's one of those things where it's like, fam, I don't know what you want from me, but it's like, you ain't gonna get nothing racist or hateful out of me. I'm not gonna look at my friends and be all like, oh, sorry guys, I watched this. I can't remember how long that video was, but let's just say the video was 10 minutes. Hey, I watched this 10-minute video saying why black people need to hate on other races and stuff. Stupid, bro. So yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, it's just at times when people, when they just want to be racist and hateful and leave hate comments and just overall just say some old disrespectful stuff. You know, that's one thing how you gotta look at it, is that they're not educated. You know, it's like their version of graduating from school. It's like it's in the opposite. You know, it's dropping out and then just not getting no form of, they don't have street smarts, like school smarts. They don't have nothing. They don't have nothing going for themselves. The only thing that they got going for themselves is that they could just go on the internet, say something racist, turn their computer off, repeat it the very next day. That's it. That's the peak of their life. All right, but everybody else, the ones that's not racist and hateful, yeah, you guys is gonna be accomplishing some things. Y'all gonna be achieving some things. All right, you know. But yeah, the racist and the hateful, I'm like, I think the only time where it's like it's you know, actually turned out good is when it was the person became the 45th and 45th and 47th president. I think everybody knows who I'm talking about. So, but anyways, with that being said, I would talk to, wait, wasn't he? Yeah, because I think, yeah, because it was Barack Obama. He was a 44. All right, so I know my president's numbers and all that other stuff. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.